Today's video is about the popular topic Zero to Hero. I'm going to show you how you can do your own Zero to Hero without any assistance from outside characters, other accounts, or other players, but at the same time, my version of Zero to Hero will involve no risk, no red zone, no black zone, no gambling, no risk-taking. Everything you do, everything you get will continuously increase your net worth and your ability to increase your net worth per hour. Let's get into it. The very first thing that you're going to do, or that I would do in a Zero to Hero situation, would be you make a new character, of course, because that's how you started Zero. We're going to be doing the tutorial, and in the tutorial, before we leave Tutorial Island, we're going to gather rough stone to the point where we get at least over 100,000 silver worth of rough stone. Doesn't take very long because rough stone is worth about 140 silver right now. About 20 minutes is all it will take. Then we will leave Tutorial Island and sell the rough stone in the main city. So far, we're off to a great start. It is day 0. We just started. Our net worth is 100,000 silver, and we've only spent 25 minutes playing the game. The next step on our new character is we are going to do the starter quests in the tutorial area. Eventually, we will buy a 4.1 set of a Great Nature Staff, a Cleric Robe, Soldier Boots, and Scholar Cowl. This will enable us to speedrun the daily expedition every single day, giving us around 10,000 silver rounded down in item value. Our net worth is now only about 80,000 silver, and we've only been playing 45 minutes to 1 hour. Our next step is to make 2 more characters on the same account and do the tutorial on each of them, also gathering about 100,000 rough stone each. Selling the rough stone, making sure that we get 3 days premium on both of those characters as well, and then selling the stone, converting the silver on each of those characters into gold. Then we log into the main character because gold is shared account-wide, and we then convert the gold back to silver, giving our main character a net worth of 275,000 silver in just about 2 hours of playtime. Now here's where it gets interesting that I've never seen anyone really talk about, and this is exactly what I would do if doing a Zero to Hero, or if, basically starting the game for the first time with all of the knowledge that I have now, is I would purchase a guild on my main character, which is about 100,000, a little bit more. And looks like they're talking about me in the chat there. Then I would purchase a guild island, alright, and this is going to give you basically a super plot that you can build 4 squares on, alright? So it looks kind of like this. Wrong button. Now, I do have a guild hall, which takes up 4 squares, but one square will be a house, and 1 square will be a lumber mill. This is very important for later, and it's only currently temporary, so don't worry about it. It's super cheap to build a house. Like a tier 2 house is only like 9 to 10,000 silver, okay? It's less than 10,000 silver. You can afford it on this character, don't worry. Now, what this is going to do is you're going to be down to about 25,000 silver. You're still on your first day, and you've only been playing for about a few hours and 15 minutes at this point. Alright, now you're going to create 5 more accounts. Each character will do the tutorial. They will farm 100,000 in rough stone, taking roughly 20 minutes per character, okay? You will then sell the stone just as you did before. And then you will give each of those alt characters that you created access to your guild island chest, the one that you put in the house, not the one that starts out in the center. That one is character dependent only. And access to the lumber mill. And what you will do is you will deposit all of the mules, all the tier 2, all the tier 3 gear that you've acquired into the chest. You're going to deposit the silver that each character earned into the lumber mill. Then you're going to go to your main character and withdraw all the silver. At this point, you will have played 9 to 10 hours, depending on how many hours per day you can play, anywhere from 2 to 9 to 12 to 19 if you have no life. You will be on day 1 through 3 at this point, okay? Your total silver so far will be 1.5 million on your first day. Now you're going to have each alt character spend 3 minutes speedrunning the daily expedition dungeon with the items that you have in the chest, the 4.1 Great Nature Staff build that I outlined earlier. This run only takes 3 minutes, and it will earn you 12 to 15,000 per character per day. So this means you will earn over 200,000 silver in 1 hour. So now you've only played 10 to 11 hours, and you're at 1.725 million silver. Now, let's check out the status report, okay? You have a daily earnings potential currently with all of your characters of 200,000 silver for 1 hour of work, which is pretty good for a brand new player, okay? You can do this in 1 hour, and it's not repeatable until the next day. Your main character can now grind Tier 5 open world mobs, making 100,000 raw silver per hour, infinitely repeatable as many hours as you want. You also have 18 total characters, and they all have access to your guild island chest inside your house, and access to your lumber mill to take and receive silver as needed. At this point, you will continue to do your dailies each day. You will grind open world Tier 5 yellow zone mobs on your main character, and after the 3 days, you will lose premium on every character, except each character will now have 29,999 focus to spend, and that is worth 500,000 per character, or more if you do it right. I can push 700,000. I have a members-only video on my channel that covers how to do it, but otherwise, on how to use your starting focus to get over 500,000 silver in profit, I do have old videos on my channel. Just look through my channel, look through all the videos that talk about making money on new characters or making money very, very quickly, and you will find them. I'm not going to spoon-feed you this, though. You will have to do some digging. And, yeah, sorry, no links in the description for this one. You have to, if you want it, you gotta find it, okay? So, what this means is that with your 2.125 million silver, not counting open world mob grinding, you will now be focus crafting with this money because you do have to buy materials to focus craft them into other things, which will generate 500,000 in profit per character. So, this also does take time to sell. 1 to 2 days is about my rate, but it might take you longer if you're not as active and not actively able to undercut everyone else. So I'm going to give you the entire rest of the week, alright? And what this means is that by the time the week ends, you will have 11,125,000 silver. And that's not counting any other grinding you may do. That's not counting how much dailies you end up doing, and that will allow you to afford your first premium, currently at 10.2 million silver. But do you want to buy premium first, or is there something else you want to do? Let's go over that. At this time, you want to check out my video titled How Premium Can Make You Billions - Albion Online to see if it's a good time for you to actually buy premium or not, okay? You want to min-max your premium rewards, especially if it's the first time you're buying premium, so that you will be able to make as much money back as quickly as possible and not, have any kind of deficit. So let's say it's situation A, and it is a good time for you to buy premium based on that video. Alright, if it is, you will then buy a personal island after you get your first premium, and you will start to grow crops or herbs on it. Now, one plot will make you 38,000 free silver per day forever, as long as you have premium active, okay, and you're watering the plants. 5 plots will make you 190,000 a day. Now, I only recommend that you get 3 plots because you're going to want to premium up multiple characters, and it is technically cheaper to pay for another character's premium and then get them a personal island with 3 plots than it is to expand your 1 island on your character to 5 plots. Alright, and here is your daily income now. 200k from the expedition rewards. You get 114k from farming 3 plots, which takes seconds. Okay? The 200k from expeditions will still take you 1 hour per day. This is a 314,000 daily profit. Now, if you farm Tier 5 open world mobs, as you should with any spare time that you have, you will be making 100,000 silver per hour just from silver drops, not from item drops. Item drops are kind of like a bonus. If you do your premium rewards and bonuses, you will also receive plenty from that as well, which the next sentence is not factoring in your premium rewards or bonuses at all, just farmland, your daily expeditions, and your grinding silver. You will be able to afford another premium for 30 days, with only 2 hours of playtime per day, or 60 hours a month, or 15 hours a week. This is super manageable by anyone who plays video games. Route B is going to take most of your money just as premium would, but it's different. You're going to buy guilds, guild islands, and build tier 4 guild halls on every single character that you have. You're then going to expand your main character's guild island so you can maintain a house for your loot, and a lumber mill so you can transfer silver between characters if needed. You're then going to fill each guild hall with furniture, trophies, and start growing your laborers to tier 5 and then selling them. This only takes 1 week to plant a tier 2 laborer, fill it with trophy journals every single day, and on the 7th day you will have a tier 5 laborer, which will make you anywhere from 17 to 39 times your initial investment. Alright? Now, you have to check the market for the most in-demand laborers depending on your city and the time and the economy. It's always different, okay? Don't ask in the comments what laborer you should pick. Go to the market and look at all of them and then determine for yourself, alright? As of filming, in Bridgewatch, lumberjacks are in the most demand. Next to that is imbuers, if I'm even saying that word right. And the least in demand was, I think, skinners. So, whatever. That's just how it is, okay? So you can level 180 laborers to tier 5 per week, okay? And this will make you between 3 to 6 million silver, additional silver per week. And feeding or filling the journals will only take you 2 hours of grinding open world mobs per day. Only 2 hours per day. But also giving the journals to the laborers per day will only take you around 10 to 15 minutes. It's not a big time investment. By your first 30 days, you will have had premium. You will also have 11 to 12 million spending silver to afford premium again. You will have guild islands with laborers. Your personal islands can also have now fit more laborers in through housing. You will be max spec in whatever grinding weapon of choice that you chose to do open world mobs with. Probably nature staff, as that's really, really quick and useful in just about everything. Maybe Great Nature, maybe you like Spike Gauntlets, Bolt Casters, it's whatever you want to do, okay? So, just real quick on the screen, I have a bunch of grinding activities and the amount of money that you can make with them if you are maximum spec and wearing the best possible gear. Skinning in full tier 8 in a tier 4 yellow zone, or tier 4 blue zone, will make you 800k to 1.2 million per hour. By far one of the best, okay? I have a whole video on this subject, by the way, go check it out on my channel. Lumberjacks will make you 6 to 800k, Couriers will only make 3 to 450k, Mining, Cropping, and Fishing makes 5 to 750k, and then grinding tier 5 yellow zone dungeons is 500k to 1 million per hour, alright? Alright, so for your next 30 days after the first 30 days, this is your second month of playing, pick your favorite grind activity that you like to do, work on that, work on improving it, work on getting the best gear possible, and being more efficient at it, and that will increase your silver per hour during your active playtime. You still have your dailies that you can fall back on, but at this point, you probably won't be doing expedition dailies ever again, because it's 1 hour of basically doing the same thing on each character and only making you 200k, whereas at this point, you can make far more money far faster doing other activities. So it's technically a waste of time to continue doing your daily rewards on that. So, with that said though, you can now spend your money on more premium characters for your alts, so that you can unlock more personal islands for more laborers and more farmland, which is what I did and what I highly recommend. Or you can just go all in on your favorite grinding activity and be happy with just the one personal island, but honestly, only making like, what, 114,000 silver a day is not enough. Imagine if you had 100 islands, right? Like 10 islands, that's 1 million a day, if they each had 3 plots, okay? And then 100 islands, that's 10 million a day. 10 million silver a day? But of course, you would have to premium 100 alt characters, right? And yes, that is the truth. But once you do it, you have it forever. And it's not like the islands ever go out of style. You can always rent the islands to people. You can lease them out. You can do all sorts of crazy things with your islands. So the more islands, the more profit, depending on how much time and effort and energy you want to do. If you absolutely can't stand watering, planting, and harvesting crops all day, it's not even an all-day activity. Well, when you have 100 islands, it does take at least a few hours to manage all of them. But you do make silly, stupid amounts of money. Now, on screen also talks about mercenary laborers. I technically do not recommend mercenary laborers because the housing cost, the furniture cost, and the amount of silver you get from mercenaries, it's going to take you about 3 months to break even. I've spoken about this in several of my previous videos. But if you do want to double down on filling journals and getting as much profit as possible for the time spent doing activities, then you kind of need mercenary laborers to do this. Alright, it's simply there if you want to put in the time, the very long amount of time that is to, make your money back from these guys. If you want, if not, it's fine. I still have my hundreds of islands all have... Hello, Bandit Assault, you interrupted me. I still have my hundreds of islands, and they're all still filled with mercenaries ready to go. If I ever want to jump back into it and make money that way, I can. And I could always sell them too and make my money back. It's not like I'm out that amount of money, okay? Everything in this game is not soul-bound. You can sell anything you want. Like, say you get an 8.3 set for clearing Yellow Zone dungeons, and you do that for several months until you just can't stand it anymore. Well, guess what? You can just sell your 8.3 set and make all that money back that you bought it for. Hopefully, maybe for more, sometimes a bit less, depending on the market and the economy. But it's not like you're just out that money forever. It's there to have and use, and when you're done with it, sell it if you want. So that's your first 60 days, okay? From here, you can continue to just grow it even more and more. If you want more islands, buy more islands for your alts. You literally have 18 characters worth of alt characters that you can have personal islands for until you need to make more accounts and more alt characters. Like I said, I have 100 islands, so at one point I was managing 100 characters. Now, I only actively really played 20 of my characters, so for a 0 to hero to work, you know, I'm not expecting you to get to 100, but, you know, whatever's comfortable for you, whatever makes you enough money per day, and at this point, you're basically loaded and fully rich. Day 60 to 120 is basically the same thing. You're going to find out in this time period what risky activities that you like. Do you like the Black Zone? Do you like, you know, risky PvP, corrupted dungeons? Just work towards maybe one of those if you want, if you find it fun. I personally don't like that kind of stuff, so it's not really fun for me. So just find what you like to do and work towards doing what you like doing. Or you can continue to buy more islands with more alt characters and grow more crops so you can make more silver per day. It gets addicting, it really does. It's like, well, if I buy 10 more premiums for 10 more characters, that's 30 more islands per day, and that's going to be an extra 3 million silver I can make per day. Like, why wouldn't I want to do that? And then you can have certain characters be certain growers, and then you can start getting into crafting. Like, oh, I want to be the best darn boot crafter in the game. So you start doing the math on that because you can afford it now. You can literally afford to buy out everything you need to make your dreams in Albion come true by the 4th month of the game. There are people that have been playing this game for like 2 to 3 years and they're constantly broke. They're constantly out of silver. They can't afford re-gears. They have to join guilds and beg for gear. They can't even speedrun a tier 5 Yellow Zone dungeon. They beg that they got wiped out from a gank and they sit in town and beg all day. And these guys have like years of playtime. It's really, really silly, right? That they haven't been able to figure out how to maintain an economy. But you have, because this is the 0 to hero way. All right. And then also, you'll also figure out what you like and hate doing. And you can focus purely on that, of course. I think I said that. And you'll always have silver to do whatever it is that you want to do. You'll always be able to have premium for as many characters as you want. You can even buy your friends premium if you want. Oh, if only I had friends to buy premium for. You can afford all your re-gears if your guild doesn't do that for you. If you're even in a guild at this point, I don't recommend them. They're all the same. They're all just weird little gremlins that are just into virtual greed. Don't join a guild. And then you can enjoy all the new release content, like new weapons, new armors, new anything you want. You'll be able to afford it. And finally, for our 0 to hero, it's month 4. You've made it. You have all the premiums you could ever want, all the islands you could ever want. You have all the gear, 8.3, maybe Masterpiece, probably not Masterpiece, that's kind of expensive. It's stupidly expensive for a small smidgen of an upgrade, right? But essentially, at this point, you are taking half your entire bankroll, so if you have 100 million silver, you'll take 50 million of that silver, and you're going to be buying skins, you're going to be buying items, like, just like Siphon Energy is always going up in price, okay? There's, like, mammoths are always going up in price. Mounts, power leveling your fame, you can literally go from level 1 to 100 spec in 7 different weapons in 24 hours of playtime. I did it, I even made a video about it, because I spent all my silver on converting Combat Fame to Combat Fame credits, and using an 8.3 satchel to get even more Combat Fame through soloing group static zones in tier 5 areas. So I have no risk of gear loss, but I am spending millions of silver like every 30 minutes on just Combat Fame, but it's the fastest way to level in the game. So if you just get bored one day because you're now super loaded and super rich, You can literally just spend 100 million silver, and hey, guess what? I have the entire cursed staff tree maxed out. Now I can run around in the black zone and delete people if I want, which is something that's really fun to do. With that said, guys, hopefully you invested in the right skins, the right mounts and items, and then, you know, 2 to 3 to 5 years from now when there's some crazy update, because this game is like EVE Online. It's going to last a long time. EVE Online has been around for over, what, 10 or 15 years now? I forget how many years, but it is still not dead. It is a thriving game. Albion Online is basically a medieval version of EVE Online. So if you invest early on your 4th month of play, imagine how much money you're going to have on your 4th year of play with those skins. You will spend 12 million silver now on a skin, and it could be worth 120 million silver that many years later, possibly even billions. I don't know. The thing is, those skins always raise in price. They never go down, okay? There are lots of items in this game with a price history of never going down. So don't sit on that extra silver that you now have by this 4th month. You need to invest it, okay? You can build higher tier guild hideouts with higher tier laborers if you want to push that. I personally don't push past tier 6 or tier 7. I'm going to be real with you. I don't see that it is worth it. It's just too tedious, man. But you'll have so much silver, and you will have, at this point, become the hero from zero. Guys, I'm Soul Benji. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. I make videos every day on this channel, so make sure you're subscribed to check out tomorrow's video. Also, on the screen is a video that you should click right now, so click the video on screen. I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Mwah.